Good morning, children. Today in the second class of social studies, we will be doing the revision, the recap of lesson 2, which was our earth, globe and maps. Children, we finished with the lesson, but before starting the next lesson, I would like to recap it. We will revise it and then I will give you a class test also. Okay? Now children, as you know, and I had shown you, this is the model of the earth. This is called the globe. Okay? It is sphere in shape. Sphere means round in shape. Alright? Now children, two distinct features which you can see on the globe are land and water. Children, the colored part, the area that is colored is the land, and the blue portion on the globe are the water bodies. Alright? Now children, with the help of the globe, you can come to know the idea of where the two places are and how far they are from each other. Like this. Which water body is close to them? Okay? Now, with the help of the globe, as I told you, you can understand rotation. Rotation is the movement of the earth on its axis, which causes day and night. It spins slowly round, and one round takes 24 hours, causing day and night. Alright, this you can understand on a globe. The portion which is under the sun has day, and the portion which is in the darkness away from the sun is the night. Alright children? Now children, there are two disadvantages of a globe. Firstly, you cannot study a place on a globe in detail. Alright? And second is that you cannot carry a globe because it can be mishandled. It is big in size. And children, globes are even far bigger than the one I showed you. Okay. Then children, maps. What are maps? Maps are drawing of the earth or a part of the earth on a flat surface. Alright? Now children, maps can be big, they can be small. We can see all the places on a map at the same time because they happen to be flat. Children, on the map of the world, you can see all the continents at the same time because it is flat on a paper. But on a globe, you will have to revolve the globe, move the globe to see the continents. Alright? Then, children, we can go from one place to another using a map. Map, children, have got 4 directions. North, south, east and west. Children, always the top of the map is the north. Always. Bottom of the map, opposite the north, is the south direction. Towards your right will be the east, and towards your left will be the west. Always for all the maps. Is it clear? This never changes, children. Then children, compass. Compass, children, is an instrument I told you which is used by sailors or people traveling on water or on sea. Compass has got one needle that points towards the north always. Once you come to know where the north direction is, children, it is very easy and very simple to find out the other 3 directions. Correct? Then the hemispheres. What are hemispheres, children? Hemispheres are 2 equal halves of the earth. As I told you, our earth is divided into 2 equal halves by an imaginary line. It runs from the center of our earth. It is a horizontal line and it is called the equator. The area above the equator is the northern hemisphere, children, and the area below the equator is the southern hemisphere. The earth is divided into two hemispheres this way. And again, the earth is again divided into two more hemispheres by an imaginary line called the prime meridian. Alright, children, here can you see the prime meridian marked in red? It is a vertical line running at the center of the earth, dividing the earth again into two equal halves, the eastern and the western hemisphere. So children, there are four hemispheres, right? Northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere, eastern hemisphere and western hemisphere. Children, when I give you to draw in your classwork copy, you will have to draw the hemispheres this way, using two circles, okay, showing it clearly with two imaginary lines, correct? Now children, here I finish off with the recap of the lesson. Hope you've understood it well. And children, now I will give you a small class test in which you have to answer in one word only. You will do the test in your revision copy. It will be revision class test written on top. Lesson number 2. It will be answer in one word. Children, before the test, I would like to read the lesson once more with you all. Please put your finger and be very attentive while I am reading the lesson. Alright? Our Earth, Globe and Maps. In the last chapter, we read that the Earth's shape is like a sphere. Sphere means, children, round. Yet, the Earth looks flat to us. This is because we can see only a tiny part of the giant orange that the Earth is shaped like. This makes it difficult for us to study it. So, we study it with the help of something that looks like our Earth. Children, that looks like our Earth is the globe. The globe. The globe is a small model of the Earth. It is a sphere on which a map of the Earth is shown. It shows the true shape of the Earth. We can see two important features of the Earth: land and water. We can see the position and shape of the land and water. It also tells us how close or far they are from each other. We can use a globe to understand how the Earth rotates and how day and night are formed. Alright, children? Children, we feel that the Earth is flat. Why do we feel the Earth is flat? Because, children, we can only see a tiny portion of this huge Earth. And it seems to be flat to us. But it is not flat. It is round in shape. Yes? Turn the page, children. Disadvantages of a globe. Not possible to show all the small places. Difficult to carry. Let's check. A globe shows the true shape of the Earth. The answer is true. Please tick true. It's interesting. If you stand in an open area, such as a beach or river bank or the top of a building, you will notice that the sky and the land, sea, river appears to meet at a distance. The place where they appear to meet is known as the horizon. Children, what is a horizon? Horizon is a point where the sky seems to meet the land, or where the sky seems to meet the sea. But children, they never ever meet. They never meet. The point where they appear to meet is called the horizon. What is it called? Horizon. Maps. Both the problems mentioned above can be solved by using a map. It is a drawing of the Earth or a part of the Earth on a flat surface. It shows the land, water, and the smallest of towns and villages. Children, map shows you the detail. All the detailed features. The smallest of features are possible to study on a map, which is not possible on a globe, right? It can be big or small. Children, a map can be small as your copy size. It can be huge that you have to fold it. Okay? A book of maps is called an atlas. Children, as I showed you, this is an atlas. Okay? This is a book of maps. It has got maps of different places. Here, this is the map of the world. On this, you can see all the continents at one go because it is on a flat surface. Whereas on a globe, it is difficult to see all the places at the same time because it is round in shape. You have to spin the globe to see the different continents. But here you can at a glance come to know all the continents. Everything is very clear. Yes? Children, see, on a globe, if I want to see Asia, I'll have to spin it. And if I want to see India, here it is. Again, if I want to see America, North America, I have to spin the globe and here it is North America. Right? The smallest continent, if I want to see, is Australia. It is below here. I'll have to spin the globe, children. But on a map, on a world map, everything is shown clearly on a flat surface. Right? Children, a person who makes a map is known as cartographer. Alright? Every map has got 4 directions. The north, south, east and west. Alright, children? Now, we will read the directions. Map use 4 main directions to tell us how to locate places. They are north, south, east and west. Spread a map on the table. The top direction is the north, the bottom position is the south, the direction to the right is the east, and to your left is the west. These directions remain the same for all the maps. Alright, children? Compass. Children, compass. Sailors and people traveling on sea will have little use of maps if they are lost. So they use an instrument called the compass. A compass has a needle that always points to the north direction. Once we know the north, we can easily find where the other directions are. Lastly, the hemispheres. The earth is divided into 2 equal halves by an imaginary horizontal line that goes through the center called the equator. The 2 equal halves are called hemispheres. The half above the equator is called the northern hemisphere. The half below the equator is called the southern hemisphere. The earth is also divided into 2 equal halves by an imaginary vertical line called the prime meridian. It divides the earth into eastern hemisphere and western hemisphere. Is it clear, children? Thank you. We are over with it and you wait for the class test which I'll be giving you. Alright? Good day.